next one was Utah State. So I was on campus at Utah State, which was very interesting. We covered 3 stakes. So we covered 2 YSA stakes and 1 married student stake. And so that was like 24 awards. It was insane. But that was so cool because like everybody we were teaching was like our age, and that was really, really fun. I think there are like 8 stakes in on Utah State campus, or like in and around Utah State, or like YSA stakes. There are 8 of them. And so there are 3 sets of missionaries that were for YSA stakes. So that was really fun. It's up in Logan, so it was like my first time in Logan. And it's like, Logan is like kind of a big city, but like kind of not. But like Utah State, so there's like Logan and there's like Utah State, which is even smaller kind of little culture. And so it was really, really neat because there were so many return missionaries that we were able to work with, and like we had a lot of referrals, and that was kind of what I was talking about, the people inviting their friends. That happened a lot, so often, and there were people that were like super solid, and like those are the times, probably the most frequent times, that I was like, I don't really feel like I'm doing anything. I'm just like giving, I'm teaching the lessons to these people, but they're just like sucking it up, like they can't get enough of it. And it was so cool just to see how their friends were like helping them and like supporting them. And then we as the missionaries just like came once or twice a week and like taught them this and that, like committed them to read from the Book of Mormon, and they were doing it, and they were so good. And so that was really, really incredible to see. And it was also really cool because like I felt like I could actually become friends with the people in my area, so that was really cool. I still have like some really cool connections that like people I still connect with from that area, so that was really cool. And yeah, it was my only like walking area, and I really appreciated that because especially on campus, like the second you walk out of your door, you're on campus and you're talking to people, and so like every day, like we're walking to and from lessons, and we're like contacting people and talking to people. We're like in the thick of it, and it was so cool. And just like by the end of it, you were so tired, but it was amazing. But so yeah, I really, really liked it. So Utah State is interesting that there are actually a surprising amount of like non-members and people we could teach. There's also a lot of like foreign exchange students that like spoke foreign languages, so that was cool. And then we also we had people like investigators that spoke foreign languages, and we had RMs that also spoke foreign languages, so that was cool to like have them along and help. And so Logan the city is probably about 30,000 people, and it's kind of tucked away. It's like this little tiny metropolis, like surrounded by farmland and stuff. And so Utah State's it's a pretty big school, and there's a surprising amount of opportunities to like talk to people. Like Logan Temple's really close. It's all it was really interesting because like there's like student housing, and then there's like so many like old houses, like kind of like Provo, where it's like south of campus there's like tons of these old houses. In Logan it was exactly that same way, and like all these old houses are like chopped into like different apartments. So there was maybe like in one house there's maybe like 3 or 4 apartments that it was sectioned off into, and so that made for very interesting housing situations. But that was fun. So yeah, tons of students, and yeah, it was just super fun, and I really liked it because I felt like I was super involved, and like there were these students were like really busy in their coursework, but they also like wanted to share the gospel, and they had tons of opportunities to share the gospel too, which was really, really cool.